Alright everyone, hello and welcome to the fourth episode of the Sekiro Let's Play. This is a new recording session. I actually recorded the other three episodes last night, so I'm not 100% sure on everything we did. I think we got the shuriken attachment for our prosthetic arm, and we were about to go into the memory. That's right. But first, there is a chained up ogre who needs our attention. Oh, we also acquired our esoteric text from the sculptor, which basically unlocks our skill tree. So here we have various skills that we can unlock for points and just all around unlock more ways to play, I guess. So as you can see, let's break it down a little bit. You have the red circles, which are combat arts. These are moves that you can equip. You can only have one equipped, and by pressing L1 and R1 you will do the attack. The blue are skills. They're kind of passive skills. You don't have to have them equipped, you can always do them, and if certain things happen, if you press certain buttons, then you'll activate them. The rest, these orange, yellow circles, these are more passive, but they're not technically skills. They're more like perks. For example, one of the perks you can't see because they're all locked until we get further down the skill tree. But one of the perks is like enemies drop more money, or you regain health after doing a death blow. They're very, very useful. They're just not necessarily skills that you have to activate. And with that covered, let's go get some revenge on an ogre. So between the last recording session and now, I actually watched a speedrun of Sekiro, and if you remember from the last episode, I tried using the consumable that made it harder to detect us, the sugar, which suppresses sound and presence for a time, making it harder to detect. Now if you remember, I popped it and tried to get a death blow on the ogre, which didn't really work out because he's chained to that little fence. But during the speedrun, they actually showed how to do it. So we're gonna attempt that real quick. So you just come up behind here, and we didn't get it. Oh boy. Guess we're finally legit. Well, it's a new day. Maybe I'll be a little better. We also have one more healing gourd compared to last time, because we went back to the temple and gave Emma our gourd seed, meaning we have two uses for it instead of one now, which is gonna help us because he does a lot of damage. And just like that, they're both gone. But we should get his first health bar down. We're gonna move on to his second one. We're gonna play it very cautious, as we don't have any healing gourds. And I've actually used quite a bit of the pellets, which I personally like to save for bosses, since there's only a limited number and we don't have a vendor that can sell an infinite amount right now. And we actually survived that, and he hit us. We do have our revive, but now we are out of healing, so we cannot let him hit us with something. And we aggroed the other guy right there, which is not good. We actually staggered him there, and we got the death blow. Alright, now that he's taken out, we're back to the ogre. He's about half health. And he's going pretty good. He can end us very quickly though. And he's almost dead. We staggered him. We're gonna lay into him. Also very close to dying. No, and he grabbed us and he killed us. We're not dead yet. He needs one more hit. We're gonna throw a shuriken. It didn't do enough damage, and we'll just slice him once, since we do attack faster than him. And with that, we get another prayer bead, and we actually receive a skill. Certain mini bosses and bosses do drop skills that you can learn from killing them. This one increases the healing effect of recovery items, so a very useful skill we would want. As you can see, I don't have any health, don't have a revive, don't have any healing items, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the homeward idol and go back to the idol. Now mini bosses don't respawn, which is great, and yeah, so we'll do a little more of this area, maybe kill the boss of this area, and then we're gonna use the bell that we received in the last episode, maybe episode 2, to go to a new area. Just kill these guys real quick. Pretty easy. Like I said, it's a new recording day. I haven't played Sekiro since last night, so little rusty. Kill this man too. He gave us some problems and find the ogre. Grapple up here. And we got the Nightjar Monocular. Now, if you're familiar with the Souls game, these are like the binoculars or the monocle. Just use it. You get a better view of everything. I don't personally ever use them, but can be helpful if you're strategic like that. Me, I just go in and die. Lots of dying. Now, there's actually another mini boss right there. Now, you might be saying, you know, what the heck? 2 mini bosses back to back. But, that's Sekiro for you. And fighting mini bosses is actually pretty cool. It's a good thing because they drop prayer beads and gourd seeds and skills for us, which are all extremely useful. However, as you can see, he is surrounded by lots of people. So we are going to try and take them out one by one. That was very loud. Managed to get him, but we alerted a bell lady who saw us. And what a bell lady does is she basically, when she sees us, she rings a bell and lets everyone know we're here. Thankfully, the mini boss hasn't seen us quite yet. You can tell because his health bar isn't in the top right, which shows up when you're fighting him. When he's locked on and knows you're there, his name will appear in the top right. So we can go ahead and clear out all these enemies without him somehow hearing us. And we'll have a little 1v1 time with the boss. You know, let him know what's up. So as you can see, he has a yellow arrow, which means he knows we're somewhere, he doesn't know where. And it also means that our cover's not blown quite yet. We can still get a backstab on him. And with that, we only have to deal with one health bar. Now, this guy is quite a bit easier than the ogre, because he's just a normal humanoid that we can deflag, has very easy, predictable moves. You might have noticed that a couple of those enemies will start to do a blue smoke bar effect that he started to do, and it usually just results in me getting a free hit on them. What they're doing is they're actually not performing a ritual, but if they get it off, then essentially they reduce their posture meter greatly, which is something we don't want, because when their posture meter goes down, it means we have to keep hitting them, and it's just not something we want. We actually rusted at that idol there. I don't think there's any more items that we missed. Maybe go over here. Grab this. So, divine confetti. This is actually a consumable we'll need much later in the game. We're not going to do it now. But what it does is it gives you a weapon buff that makes you do more damage against apparitions, or like ghost, demon. And as you can read from the sign, turn back if you value your life, you can't behead the headless. Our swords and pikes did nothing. Going down this area, there's actually a tough mini boss who we are very under level for right now, and you have to have those consumables to be able to deal damage to him. With our current attack power, trying to kill him with only one would amount to suicide. So now that we have grabbed this idol, we're gonna travel back to we're gonna travel back to the temple, and we'll unlock that new area using the bell. Take a sip of me Mountain Dew. I know it's bad for you, but I mean, I'm already up late. What could a little caffeine do? Alright, so if you recall, everyone told us to come to this statue, pray at it, see what happens. The sculptor who has actually done it firsthand knows what happens, and he told us not to do it. But I mean, hey, secret area, right? Alright. Turn around. Obviously. You know they're behind items. And this is a new area. The Hirata Estate. And actually, before we do this, you might have noticed that I actually waited until we got 2 skill points, because instead of buying this combat art, which it's nice, it's useful, I actually wanted to save up for this one. This Shinobi martial art, which is the Makiri counter. So what this does is, if an enemy thrusts at you, instead of deflecting it, you can actually press circle and you'll essentially break their leg or break their spear. The animation for it is very wonky and it's hilarious, but you'll basically counter it and you'll do more than normal posture damage to them. It's very effective. You can do it on unblockables, and it's overall a great skill. It does take some getting used to, so if you're just starting out on the game, I would recommend going to the man in the dilapidated temple, you know, the warm body at your disposal. Train with him, get used to the timing, because it is something you definitely want to know. So, hold on. Oh, you're just gonna die on us like that?
3年前か。どういうことだ。武士殿は古い記憶と言った。何も覚えてはおらぬが、これは過去ということか。
So as Sekiro just said, or mentioned, this is the past. This is a part of the past that he forgot about. And if you recall, the information broker that we found, he actually told us that him and a bunch of his thief friends broke into the Hirata estate. So it's more than likely the same night. Just kill these plebs real quick. I say that, but they hit me, which thankfully they don't do a lot of damage. Now, as you might recall, I hate dogs, but now that we have our shurikens, it's quite an easy way to get rid of them. Yeah. Very, very useful. We're just gonna clean up these gentlemen. I thought there were more than just one, but doesn't appear to be. Oh, there's actually more people down here. Grab this. There's an item over there, and there's actually an NPC over there. We'll go over there later in the game, maybe. He's not very useful right now. But there's an idol. We'll rest at it. Grab this item. And then get a good scope of our surroundings. So we need to explore over there. Doesn't look like there's much on this side. Meaning, let's go do it. There's actually a guy here I forgot about. Hurry up and kill him. The other guy saw us, so we're gonna take them out real quick. And there's actually an opening right here with an item, so we're gonna use that. He currently knows we're here, so we're gonna... Oh! The arrow went away, meaning he backed off. Doesn't know where we are anymore, so our stealth is good. Not to say these enemies are hard, but it's always fun to be stealthy, you know. I say that as I almost blow my cover. Don't know how he saw us. Maybe he heard us. You know, it's whatever. He's dead. Who's he gonna tell now? No one. He's gonna tell no one. So, looking at it from this, the best option would to be go around here. And I actually couldn't jump over that in time. That's fine, we'll just fight him. Since we have good cover, and one of them's an archer, they'll just kill them one by one. Now, you might have noticed, even though we've used shurikens, which take spirit emblems, shown in the bottom right, it's those cross looking things, we're still full. Well, some enemies and some areas have spirit emblems just lying about that automatically come to you. So you don't necessarily always have to rest at a lamp to refill. Just by killing enemies or exploring certain areas, they'll come back to you. Explore this. I think we've got everything. Hop up on this tree. See if there's any enemies. See a couple. Let's go around here and grab these items. Ah, sneaky man. He wasn't actually dead. Somehow snuck up around that dog. So he actually blew our cover, but that's fine. Maybe. I'm actually gonna kill this guy first. Get him. So right there, you can see there's actually a spirit emblem. And we just used one because we threw a shuriken at that guy. So if we come over, it'll fly to us, replenish one, and we're good to go. So we're gonna try and take out as many of them as we can from the shadows. Thankfully, there's not that many. They all came to us one by one. So we can just overwhelm them with our superior attacks and combat prowess. Just go in, yeah. There's a well, it's enough. Now, you... Sorry, the music was still loud. I thought maybe we had to fight someone else. You saw there we picked up a flame barrel, which is, if you remember, we got the flame barrel memo from the information broker. And now that we have it, we can go ahead and look. An iron barrel that spews fire can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic to become a prosthetic tool, meaning we have just found a new attachment for our arm. And it's actually the same one he was talking about. He gave us the memo. You could have read it, you know, looked. It might have given you some clue as to where to find it. As for me, I already knew where it was. So, we're just gonna collect the items now that all the enemies are dead. And I feel like I'm missing something. But maybe not. Hopefully not. We'll see. Okay. We're gonna continue on this path. Of course, there's more enemies. But that's fine. We're getting money and experience from them. Oh, man, everyone's just dying on us. So, you mentioned a shinobi axe from a temple. Sounds very interesting. Maybe we'll take a look. I'm gonna go ahead and open the store, which we could have opened from the other side earlier. This just leads back to the idol, but we went over there, grabbed those items, and it looped us around. So, we're gonna eavesdrop on these guys. Alright. And let's just go ahead and kill Lou. He's actually putting up quite a fight. Throw a shuriken at him. Go ahead and heal up. So, though this isn't really a temple, this is where the shinobi axe of the monkey is found. It can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. This is the axe the dying samurai man told us about with his last breath. Go ahead and clear out this area, grab all the items, look to see if we're missing anything. Doesn't look like it. Alright, with all of that done, I know we still gotta loot the left side there, and a little bit more to the right, go farther down. We're gonna head back. So, right there you can see Undying Samurai Training Makiri County. That's that thrust thing I was talking to you about. It's now unlocked, so you can go over there, train with them. Maybe I'll show you what it looks like in a second, but we have some business with this man right here.
それとも誠にあったことなのか。
さてな、夢かうつつか、わしにも定かなことはわからん。一つ言えるのは、仏様はお前さんの古い記憶を起こしてくださっているだけじゃ。お前さんがどう思い、どう覚えていたか、すべてはそれ次第じゃ。
見るものすべてが正しく起こったことかはわからぬ。
そういうことじゃ。
So they were talking about the dream right there. They don't know if it's real or not. It's whatever. We're gonna fit our new prosthetics, the flame vent, and the loaded axe. So, flame vent deals fire damage to enemies via a short-range blast of fire. And the loaded axe, one strike can easily turn a wooden shield into splinters or shred an enemy's posture. The strength of the loaded axe lies in its heft.
その忍び義手、随分と腕に馴染んできたようじゃな。お前さん、これを取っておきな。
So, now that we've gotten a couple more prosthetic attachments, he gave us the prosthetic esoteric text, meaning now we're gonna have a skill tree based solely around our prosthetic tools.
これは
お前さんの牙でどう噛み殺すか、それが書いてある。要は忍び義手を使った戦いの術じゃな。
わかった。
まったく義手の忍び技などもはや無用と思っておったが、わからんものよな。牙の形を増やしたきゃせいぜい任務を探すこったな。乗りかかった船じゃ。仕込むことだけはしてやろう。
Alright, so let's go ahead and equip those. So, each prosthetic has different uses for different enemies, like the shurikens. As you can see in the text, it says basically it says they're meant for fast opponents. So you can throw them at, for example, the dogs, stun them, take them out, just something for swift opponents, make life easier. The axe, it states that it can easily break shields, which are good for enemies with shields. You'll see a couple of those in the next episode, that this axe makes... I'm having a stroke, I don't know what I'm saying. In the next episode there'll be some shield enemies. We'll hit them with the axe. It'll make them really easy. Very nice. The flame vent, certain enemies are scared of flames. If we had this for the ogre, he would have been much easier, but I had to prove something. I had to prove how many times I could die to him. This episode has actually run over longer than I thought. I want these episodes to be around 20 minutes. I'm realizing they're probably going to be closer to 30, so the time is going to vary from 20 to 30. You're going to have to deal with it. I will leave you with the new Makiri counter that we unlocked. I highly recommend getting used to this if you are playing this game just starting out. It's a very good counter and you will use it a lot. So what you do is, instead of deflecting, you simply dodge forward when they do the thrust, and and it counted. And with that,
まだまだ
I'll leave you to the next episode. Thanks for watching.